Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, it wouldn't be a Jeep if the hood wasn't up, is what I'm starting to learn. So tonight, finally got enough stuff together to tackle my first oil change since I've had this 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee, 3-liter diesel, so a bit of a learning curve for me. Always do my own oil changes and stuff, but this is my first time on a diesel, specifically right down to how much oil this thing takes. At 9.5 liters meant I was out getting a bigger catch pan. Full synthetic was what it takes, not an option, so the price is a lot different. Tried a couple different methods to get that oil filter cap off, and eventually succumbed to having to wait for Amazon to ship me the proper tool. But I've got the filter, funnel, the oil, and the patience, the time, and even the weather. So join me as tonight's project is changing the oil on this thing. And as for tools that you'll need, everything's pretty straightforward. 13 millimeter is what you're going to need to take out that drain plug on the bottom. 10 millimeter to get the engine cover off here. Lucky for me, I only got one bolt holding it on, so makes that quick and easy. As you can tell, I kind of like to keep all my stuff organized. So for the filters, I looked in a bit to different options, different brands. All I could find, so it made choosing pretty easy. And I went with the Wix. Part number 57062 is what I was given. So fingers crossed that's the right one. As for the oil, like I mentioned, your full synthetic. I've heard different between 5W30 and 5W40. 5W40 seem to be for more higher mileage, high heat, heavy duty type applications. Looking into it, you can find info saying to use either or. I settled on the 5W30, with the most important part being going with the Mercedes-Benz. It's got its specs that you have to meet. So formulated to meet or exceed Mercedes-Benz 229.31. If you're not using that, then you're likely to have issues, so make sure you're getting the right stuff. The cap that I had to buy, pretty straightforward. I've got an adapter to go from a 3/8 into the 1/2 inch. You can give this a crack and loosen this up. Well, it was worth every bit of the $14 I paid for that. The last thing I wanted to do, and my luck would definitely be that, would be to somehow crack that housing and be waiting for even more harder to find parts. So that's the last thing you want. As for now, get the pan underneath and the 13 mil. We're gonna go get started running the oil on this. Once I've got that drained, I'm gonna pull the dipstick tube, filler cap, get that the oil filter out of there, and just help letting gravity force all that oil out of the bottom. And yeah, do some cleanup because that's obviously going to be the messy end of things. So it definitely took a little bit of effort to get that bolt loose. I'm trying to find the right spot to get in here where there's really no right spot in here unless you have more room. Can't get upside down enough. I'm somehow gonna get to that bolt without making a mess of myself. It's really finding it impossible to get to that bolt and having that pan there at the same time. I have just not enough room. I really hope that pan's in the right spot. My driveway isn't going to eat 10 liters of oil. Nice. Wasn't that bad. Some ramps would definitely help. So let that drain. So while that's draining, like I said we would do, come back up top here. Start by cleaning things up a little bit. I expected a lot worse. Definitely a good idea to have rags on hand. So yeah, you want that dipstick tube opened up, oil filler cap opened up, and even that oil filter, be a good time to get that out now. I've already loosened that. Let's see if we can position this just a little better. You can actually see what I'm doing. Hoping there's not too much of a mess on top here. Alright, so far so good. Let that drain a bit. So there is, you can see a little bit of residual oil sitting down in there. So I'm waiting, while I'm waiting for that to drip and all the oil to actually come out of the bottom of this thing. I'll take my time, clean up all my mess. On the cap itself, you've got two O-rings to replace. One being this guy right here. The other small one is at the tip. So in your oil filter, you should have some O-rings. I recommend replacing those every time. What else am I missing here? Some clean oil. Lubricate the O-rings as you put them on. And when you go to tighten this thing up, there is the torque right on the lid of that. So you torque down that cap back to where it's supposed to be. As far as filling the oil, I guess we'll get to that stage when we get there. Okay, so now we're kind of getting to the fun part. I've got the drain plug in, everything torqued back up. Got my new filter put together. The oil rings have been lubed up with clean oil and installed. Your little one on top, that one there. One thing I know I forgot to mention was this cap. There's many ways to get this off. My easy ways, I had a belt kind of twister. I was going to try a jaw clamp, 3-jaw thing. I was really worried I was going to break this. So the specific one, if you're actually going to order the cap, you're looking for an 84 millimeter. Definitely was not in any of the auto parts stores I went to. I tried a couple of Lordcos, 2 different Canadian tires, and no one had that. So off to a good start with making things more difficult. So drain plug's back in. Now it's time to get the oil back in. So from everything I've watched, everything I've learned, you're putting oil in both sides of the engine. Starting with where your oil filter was, 5 liters right off the bat, and the remaining is going to go in where you would normally put your oil. I guess the point is to lubricate this side of the engine. Basically every video, everything I looked into it mentioned doing that. When it comes to filling up this side, I'm probably just gonna, maybe I'll put in 3 liters. I'll get myself close to 8, maybe 9, and then I'll start to maybe check. Recommended to wait about 3 minutes before putting everything in to let it kind of get to the bottom of the pan before you fire it up. Maybe let it run and check it again and let things lubricate, sit back down, and kind of get just the right kind of level. Last thing you want to do is have too little oil, and just as bad as having too much, if not worse. So yeah. Now for the fun part, my tip is to pour from the side. Not the side, but I guess like what I'm doing here kind of eliminates that gulp, gulp, gulp by letting the air get to the top of where it pours out. Probably set this on hyperlapse here so you guys aren't sitting here for 10 hours as I do this. So in an effort to learn together, I'm going to share my mistakes. Maybe not necessary or even recommended, at least in my case, to use the funnel on this side, because as I'm sitting there waiting for that funnel to drain, what I'm not seeing is that oil is absolutely overflowing underneath that funnel and dripping all over my driveway. So good times, live and learn. I barely got half of that out. Definitely made a mess. Well, again, with the learning curve, at least for me, one thing I definitely wasn't prepared for, which ultimately led to that huge mess, was how long it was going to take for the oil to drain in that side. So we've got the filter back together. I'm hoping this is just as straightforward as it seems. I don't know if this is supposed to come and be mounted in there first. Always kind of finger tight, things go together smooth. Feels like a good sign. Put my fancy little cap back on. I'm just gonna tighten this up a little bit. I'm gonna figure out the actual torque that's on the cap. Torque this thing down properly. For now, we're just gonna go hand tight. Good enough. I'm gonna leave that there so I remember that. And yeah, after all that, that was only 5 liters. I'm halfway into getting this thing done. I'm hoping that this side of the engine will accept the oil a little quicker. Again, versus like this, I like to go flat. I get to get the top of the oil bottle closer to the funnel, and seems to kind of eliminate that glug 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 by no airflow coming out at the same time. I'm definitely watching this time, looking for any obvious oil gushing out past the bottom of the funnel. Taking it like a champ. Like I was saying before, I'm not going to put it all in. Can't really tell. Yeah, so we'll get close to 8, maybe 8.5. Let it sit for about 3 or 4 minutes, actually get all the way into the engine, and then we'll turn it over, let it run for a minute, check it again, and kind of get as close as we can. Well, thanks for bearing with me, guys. A bit of a process trying to video things, definitely adds to the length a little bit, but I figure if you're going to go and watch a video on how to do an oil change, you probably want to pick up on some tips and stuff. As far as torquing this cap down, 25 Newton meters is what I said on the cap, which means nothing to me. I'm either foot-pounds or inch-pounds as far as my tools go. 18 foot-pounds, barely registered. If you do the conversion to the smaller inch-pound, I was looking at 216 inch-pounds, so I've got that button back up. We let the 8.5 liters of oil sit in there, let it idle for about a minute, let it sit for another 3 or 4 so things can drain back down, kind of see where we're at. We're just kind of doing the final adjustment, getting the last little bit of oil into here, just because I'm really worried about possibly adding more than I need. The 10 liters I bought should suffice. So right now I'm sitting about right in the middle. I'm about halfway between minimum, maximum. And I've got about half liter left, so that puts me about 9.5, which is about right. I'm literally just probably fine-tuning myself right where I want to be. Going through this much effort, might as well just make it right. So that's pretty much it. 2008 Grand Cherokee. This would be specifically for the 3-liter diesel. You made it this far. Thanks for watching. If you're into maintenance on these things, hopefully upgrades at some point, and more of that than just maintenance. That is what it is. Check out the channel and follow along. Had this thing about a week now, and slowly just kind of making it my own, going over things and making sure it's going to be reliable for me. Until the next video, guys, thanks for watching.